It's been 5 days since Sony officially revealed the PlayStation 5, and while they showed like a lot of games, some were meh, some were kind of interesting, and they showed the design of it, they definitely went in a different direction than Microsoft. And there's a lot of memes out there. It's a router, it's a fan, ice cream sandwich. I've seen it all. Pretty crazy stuff. I guess it really doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it performs fine and it has some awesome games for it. That's really all that's going to matter. And it can be laid horizontal, not just straight up, right? But the one detail that they didn't talk about was price, which has led to a lot of speculation. There's been a lot of leaks out there. So that's what I want to talk about today. So a day after that presentation, I found out that PlayAsia was taking pre-orders for this device, for the PS5. They had every region, the UK, the US, and Japan, and both versions, the digital and the disc-based, all up for pre-order, listed at $700 each. What? People were losing their minds. That's a lot of money. Now, the one thing you have to keep in mind as well is that PlayAsia is an importer, and they typically sell consoles for more than what they go for in stores, right? They're selling imports. So that $700 kind of, you couldn't really base that price off of, the speculation of what it's going to cost. You could look at it and be like, well, maybe they're charging $100, maybe $200 more than what it's going to go for. But it was really difficult to take that price and really figure out what was going on here, right? So not a legit price. And if you go to their page now, I've even searched for it. You just get a 404 not found. So they removed the pre-orders. Now there's been other leaks concerning the PS5 price. There's been a couple of them to do with Amazon. Now this one from that I seen from Ben Geskin, he has a screenshot here before they removed it, but this is from Amazon France. There's also a leak from Amazon UK not too long ago. Different prices, right? So in Amazon France, they had this listed at 500 euros for the disc-based version, and then 400 euros for the digital edition, right? That includes the tax, like the VAT or whatever. I'm not 100% how all that works out there. But if you didn't minus the tax from that price, the 500 euro would be about 565 US dollars. But if you remove that VAT, the tax, then it's closer to 500, right? For the disc-based edition. This was removed pretty quickly. The leak on Amazon UK had it, I believe, at 599 euro for the disc-based version. So there's a little difference there in price. Kind of interesting. Now, if you go back to the history of what these consoles released for, all the PlayStations, bless Sony with the simple naming of their devices, the PlayStation. What's the next one going to be? The PlayStation 2, fool. Well, what about the one after that? The PS3. I love it. Simplicity, man. That's I'm fine with that. Don't confuse the grandmas and grandpas out there buying consoles and video games for little Johnny out there, right? The PlayStation 1 came out in 94, around that. I think this New Zealand website, some of this information, the dates might be a little off from the US release, but they do have the US price listed here. It was $299 US dollars for the PS1. Let's take a look at what $299 in 94 is to today. That's 518 bucks. Pretty damn crazy, right? Now the PS2 released in 2000, $299 once again. That's pretty interesting. Price didn't increase. How much is that? 446. Went down a little bit. Considering inflation anyway, right? The PS3, my God, the PS3, $599. I remember when this came out back 2006, 2007. I bought everything. I just bought everything. I didn't care. I was living on the edge. Can I afford it? It doesn't matter. I'm going to buy it, right? I've grown up quite a bit since then. I was a full-ass grown adult at that time as well, but a little stupid. I mean, I do have this little memento from back then. It's green screen's jacking it up. Little blue pig here that I kind of colored in some stuff. PS3 fund, because when I found out that this thing was going to be $600 and not like $300, like I was already accustomed to, I was like, holy crap. I'm going to have to save for this thing. So I colored this little pig in and, PS3 fund on this side, FU. I'm saving for it. Even drew a little butthole back there. I've kept this to this day just because it was so stupid. But Did I use this to save money for the PS3? Not really. I might have put like $5 in it. I don't know, but I just when I got one, I just went out and said, "Screw it, I'm buying it." Right? But $600 in 2006, 2007. $600. That is crazy, right? So let's go $599. What is that to today? $763. So $299, $299, $599. Holy crap, right? Then the PS4 came out in, what was it, 2013? Man, it was a long while ago. $399. $399. So I don't think that's for inflation there. I don't think that's going to be too much higher. It's at 2020, 440. So extra $40, right? Now that's just the thing. When you look at the history there, the prices have kind of been all over the place. Do they want to relive that $599 fiasco with the PS3 again? I don't know, man. So I've seen a few things here. As an example, PlayStation CEO says Sony is emphasizing value as opposed to price when it comes to the PS5. Ensure that we focus on getting the value equation right. What the hell does that mean? I think that's very up in the air. Value as opposed to price. I think those kind of go together. Whatever the price is, you want to make sure that there's a value associated with it. Will there be a value associated with that if it's at $599? Maybe, maybe not. It's all going to depend on the games and the experience, right? And that's the one thing too is man, if this thing launches at around $600, a lot of people want to be early adopters. I usually am as well. And I do have to make a decision here. I have a PS4 Pro, Xbox One, and a Nintendo Switch. And I own all of them for particular reasons. There were games that I wanted for each. And I'm sure with this next generation, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, there's going to be reasons I want both of them. But the current situation, a lot of people are in. As far as, let's just be honest, money. I mean, things are kind of crazy out there. Not everybody's living it up. And if you're a gamer and you really want to enjoy these games, you have to make a decision. If you're a person like me where you're not really loyal to one company, where it's I'm only going to have Sony and nothing else, and you're just it's about the games, I'm going to buy the consoles that have the games I want. It's kind of a tough spot. If you want to get in when the getting's good when it first comes out, which doesn't necessarily mean the getting's good, because it does take a while before games and developers really get a grasp of the console and really get to show the power behind it. And I'm sure there's going to be games that look amazing when this first comes out, but if I'm to get one, especially, running a YouTube channel and, a gaming website that I really need to start getting content on, getting, into the next generation is kind of something that is a little bit of a priority, but I have to make that decision. And for, if I can only get one at launch, which one is it going to be? And for me, I'm leaning toward the PS5, and it's just I hope the value and the price kind of goes hand in hand there. You could charge $400 and people will think it's too much. You could charge $300 and people will think it's too much. But with this generation and the technology behind it, I just don't see those prices being possible. Now, with all the leaks and the talks of the $600, $700 price point, there's another person out here, former Xbox executive, says no way to PlayStation 5 price. And I thought this was kind of interesting here. So going down here, there was a lot of, they're talking about some of the placeholders and leaks as far as price goes, like the Amazon UK price at $599, and how the UK spokesperson for Amazon issued a statement to IGN saying that the listing was an error and it was priced as a dummy product with a dummy price. Damn it, dummies. And that, none of that's true. It was just it was an accident. It was an error, right? So this former Xbox executive, with all these leaks and stuff talking about it, he states down here, Albert Pinello, I'm not sure how to say his name, I believe in the saying, never say never, but I gotta say never. No way this console is over $499. I find that intriguing. So he goes on to state price in this generation may be the most important indicator of success, maybe even more than exclusives. And when you really think about that, like, that's big. Like, people, they got to spend their money and spend it wisely, right? And if they just want to play some damn games and they're looking like, okay, all these third parties and games are going to be on both consoles, not on the Switch. I think the Switch just, I love the Nintendo Switch, but we have to, like, there's too many people who still talk about the Switch and not getting next gen ports. Like, I don't even care. Don't bring next gen games to the Switch because it's just not going to work, right? Like, just keep having first party exclusives and games designed for that console. That's like, the Nintendo Switch is not part of this at all, in my opinion. And if you know me, I love the Switch, but no, set that aside. Even if they come out with a Switch Pro, it's still like, I don't know, man. I guess we can get into that another time. But, if people want these next gen games, third parties, putting out Call of Duty on every console or, both of these consoles and PC, you're going to have to make a decision. I think at this time, a lot of people are probably going to be like, you know what? I'm going to stick to PC. But there's a lot of us, man, who are into console gaming for the ease of it, for the simplicity of it. We have friends lists, we have communities we play with, and we just want to pop a disc in and start playing. That's not the way it works anymore, though. You got to download the updates. You got to install the disc. It's basically PC gaming. It basically is, right? But just in that closed, thing there with the console and whatnot. Not like back in the day, just pop in a cartridge, pop in a disc, load the game up, and you're good to go. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Well, he goes on to say there has never been a more divergent set of specs, features, and price points than I think we're going to see this gen. It will be fascinating. Someone should write a book, right? So they go on to talk about, like, how he's well versed about the intricacies of launching a console, as he's previously overseen the marketing for launches of the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One. So if anybody's going to have a prediction that you should, consider, it's going to be this guy. And I guess I could see it, but it's not going to be until Sony actually states what the price is before I actually believe it. All the rumors, the speculations. Do I believe that they're going to go for a crazy high-end price? I don't know. I think I want to lean towards this $499 price is legit with the digital edition. There's just been too much talk with that, but I've been, seeing a lot of people, well, it'll be like $100 cheaper than the disc-based edition, giving you that value proposition. There's a lot of people are just buying digital, and they're not buying discs anymore, however you want to look at it. I know how I look at it, but a lot of people are just going digital. And if they could save some money and get a console and just buy their games digitally, why not? And Sony, they could sell the digital edition for a loss and just like look at it like, well, these guys are not going to be buying physical discs. They're going to buy everything on the online shop on the PlayStation Network, and profits are higher that way. Makes sense. So I'm going to go with, the gut feeling here that it's going to be $399 for the digital, $499 for the physical. Really curious to see. I'm going to plan for that $500 price point. I got to get the physical edition, right? Let me know what you guys think. I know there's a lot of talk. I don't really get into next gen stuff too much, but there's a lot of interesting things going on out here. So hell, why the heck not? Really do appreciate you guys. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Drop a comment down below. Interaction helps me out greatly, and I do appreciate that. So with that said, I will catch y'all next time. Peace out. Big ass thumb butt. Bye-bye, and boom. Bye.